Thank you very much, Caitlin. And how about a hand for our MC tonight, Caitlin? Anyways, first of all, I know Barry Pearl asked me to be short up here tonight. I don't know what he meant by that, but I'm not the only short one here. Anyways, you know, it's fantastic being here at Canterbury Park. I actually rode here like 32 years ago. I actually rode my 5,000th winter here on a horse called Mighty Massa. I can't believe I can still remember the name, but I have some wonderful memories here, and I've seen a lot of old faces and good friends, and it's just great to be back. Thank you. And Jamie, great job introducing the fallen riders. Tremendous job. And I would like to thank you know, all the Hall of Fame jockeys. I'm going to introduce 11 Hall of Fame jockeys that are here for Jockeys and Jeans and PDJF. Thank you very much for being here. You make this evening, and we love having you at all the functions, and look forward to having you back again. But thanks again for being here tonight. I didn't need glasses 32 years ago, but I need them now. Anyways, first off, when your name is mentioned, could you please make your way to the stage and behind the fallen riders? And I would appreciate that. And first off, I'm going to introduce Don Pierce. Of course, Don Pierce was an old friend of mine, rode with him for years in California. And Don Pierce rose from humble roots to become one of the biggest money riders of all time in the 1960s and 70s especially. Mr. Don Pierce, Hall of Fame jockey. He was inducted in 2010. Mr. Pierce, are you with us? Is Mr. Pierce making his way to the stage? All right, he'll be here, honestly. All right, next is Randy Romero. Randy Romero was also inducted in 2010. He was a regular rider of 2 spectacular fillies, Go for One, and undefeated personal ensign. Wow. Which he then became known as the ladies' man. All right, coming up next is Mr. Early Fires. Early Fires, wow. Inducted in 2001. You can come up, Mr. Fires. I call him Mr. Fires. Are you older than me, or am I? Anyways, Early Fires, of course, Chicago. He was the man in Chicago. Arlington Park's all-time race-winning jockey. He set a record at Arlington Park. One time he won 7 races on one card. Wow. He won racing titles in 4 different decades. And that is a testament to durability and consistency. Absolutely amazing. Isn't that 40 years? Wow. Anyways, next up, Mr. Steve Cawthon. Steve was inducted in 1994. Man, oh man, I remember when he came to California. He was like 17 years old, and wow. Good to see you again, Stevie. You too, man. Anyways, Stevie also was known as a $6 million man. First guy to win $6 million in purses. And he was also known as Stevie Wonder. And in 1978, he became the youngest rider to win the Triple Crown with a firm. Then, in 1979, he moved his tack to England and became the British champion jockey 3 times. I keep calling these guys Mr. I don't know, are they all older than me? Mr. Pat Day. Mr. Pat Day. 1991. Pat Day, I didn't even know this. I was reading your bio, and you had dreams of becoming a rodeo rider?
It was a nightmare.
I think he chose the right profession. Anyways, he rode 8 winners on the card at Arlington Park one time. Absolutely amazing. 12 Breeders' Cups. And he also won the Kentucky Derby in 1992 with Little E.T. He was always known as Patient Pat or Payday. If you put him on the horse, you're going to get paid. Pat Day. Another great friend, George Velasquez, 1990, inducted in 1990. He found his greatest successes on the New York circuit. I rode with George there many times. Amazing, amazing jockey, as all of them are. He won the Philly Triple Crown in 1974 and 1979 with Chris Everett and Havana Dale. Well, they're familiar names. Rode many top horses of his era, but he always considered Alydar to be his best mount. All right, Mr. C.J. McCarron, where are you? 1998. Chris McCarron. There he is, right up front. Anyways, I have to tell something a little bit about myself first. And I won 500 races one year. 515, actually. I broke Bill Shoemaker's record. I think that was 1973. Shoemaker's record lasted for 20 years. I thought, wow, that's amazing. That's great. Maybe my record will last for 30 years. I don't know. Chris McCarron broke it the next year. I still call him one of my best friends. I don't know. Anyways, he won 9 Breeders' Cup races, including 5 classics. Absolutely amazing. 2 Kentucky Derbies, 1987 with Elisheba, and 1994 with Gopher Gin. Chris McCarron. All right, here we go. Mr. John Rotz, 1983. Of course, known as Gentleman John, he made his riding debut in 1953. I'm trying to figure out how old I was then. John Rotz won the 1962 Preakness with Greek Money, and he also won the 1970 Belmont with High Echelon. He was a North American leading jockey in stakes in 1969 and 1970. John Rotz. I remember riding with this guy in Florida when I had the bug, and Mr. Bobby Ussery. Bobby Ussery, 1980, inducted into the Hall of Fame. He won the Kentucky Derby in 1967 with Proud Clarion, and he had major victories, including the Travers Stakes, the Whitney Handicap, the Alabama, and a race that I'm pretty familiar with as well, the Queen's Plate. Congratulations. Manny Yakaza. Manny Yakaza, 1977. Manny Yakaza. Manny was the son of a bus driver. He started riding ponies when he was 6 years old. I was riding a bicycle, but he started riding professionally in Panama at the age of 14. Absolutely amazing. And he won the Queen's Plate for E.P. Taylor in 1963, or Canberra. And then a year later, he won the Belmont with Quadrangle to thwart the chances of a Triple Crown win by Northern Dancer. Manny Yakaza. How many have we got? I think we have one more left. One more left? No, it's a gentleman that I tried to find his bio, but I couldn't really find much bio on it. Lafitte Pinkai, are you here, Lafitte? Where is he? There he is. My buddy Lafitte Pinkai. Anyways, Lafitte Pinkai, he was brought to the United States by Fred W. Hooper. He saw him riding in Panama, and he said, this kid can ride a little bit. In 1966, he brought him as his contract rider. Lafitte ended up being based in California. Get this, 14 Santa Anita titles, 6 Oak Tree titles, 5 Del Mar, 16 Hollywood Park titles. Leading money winning jockey 7 times, won the Kentucky Derby with Swale, broke Shoemaker's all-time record in wins with a record 8,834 wins, and ended up his career with 9,530 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, these are Hall of Fame riders. Thank you.
Jockeys and Jeans.